beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. This is Annabelle, filmmaker, author, and recovery activist. Why? Because I myself recovered from an eating disorder and from other addictions. And I want to share what I've learned and what I put into my book, The Skeleton Key. Today's topic is called addiction and trauma. I think that not enough people know the direct correlation between trauma such as abuse, neglect, loss, something dramatically bad happening in your life, and addiction. I'm stunned how often this small little detail gets overlooked. You know why I think this is so important to know? Because if you struggle with addictions yourself, you know that a big problem when you struggle with addictions is that continuing circle of guilt, shame, relapse, guilt, shame, doing it again, right? It's like a little hamster wheel. So if we would just all take a moment to appreciate that it is not your fault, my friend, because you've experienced something that shattered your inner confidence and happiness so much that it made you reach out to coping tools such as alcohol, sex, drugs, food, right? Self-harm, you name it, right? It was that bad that you did one of those really unhealthy, horrible things. People don't really take that into account. And if you haven't thought about it yourself, I challenge you, if you're not aware of a personal experience that you would describe as trauma or abuse, I challenge you to, again, I like to call it an audit, to revisit earlier childhood and your youth, and maybe also later life, and do a little recap of shattering experiences. And then think again. My path to healing was an autodidactic journey inside, right? I healed through becoming the expert of myself, like my own expert of everything that is important to me. I noticed, oh my God, actually only in the writing process about it, where I became a teacher about this, I was like, oh my God, I was abused. Not in a sexual way or anything like that, not in a physical way, but in an emotional way. I was abused by my teacher. And this is where this all started. And once I understood this, so many things would fall into place for me to make this connection. If you go through this, you know, most of the time, those feelings and those feelings are paired with helplessness and not feeling heard, because it's incredibly hard. I mean, you see, when I experienced it, I didn't even understand what it was. Like my words, the vocabulary I had at the time was like, help me, my teacher hates me. And for other people, that sounds like, yeah, she's probably overdoing it a little bit. And that fed into that, nobody can hear me, you know, which made me crumble inside. And then one just takes matters in one's own hands. And then the spiral of doom starts, where you just fall and keep falling further and further and build this construct of negative coping mechanisms because the other ones you feel don't work anymore. I invite you to do this little audit, and you can comment below if you see the correlation too. I know this is not like brand new, but people need to know this, and I feel this needs to be a lot more common knowledge out there in the recovery community, that people can just take off that guilt and shame from their shoulders. It's already hard enough, you know, to deal and cope with an addiction and to get out of it, and just releasing that guilt and shame that it's not really your fault is so important. And I hope you get to this point, or maybe that you're already at that point and that your life is getting better and better and you find that inner freedom again. From personal experience, I have found it again, and my message is the hope is real and you can come back to a place of joy and inner freedom. And once you crack your one addiction, you know, it's like a pattern. You see it go through. You see it, like, people can be addicted to negative behaviors. People can be addicted to all sorts of things. And once you cracked your own addiction and worked your way through it and forgave yourself and others, there's a lot of beautiful life to live. I hope you get there, and I love you, and I thank you for visiting my channel. Please do not forget to subscribe and send people our way and to this channel that you think might benefit from hearing about positive recovery tools, not just how bad everything is. The recovery is real. Let's connect as a community. I love you and I support you. Have a nice day.